Welcome to episode 48 of the Delta Panthers Pod. I'm Mark Cantor, and it's late October, which means fall sports are ending, and we'll be talking basketball, wrestling, and all the other winter activities before you know it. Speaking of the end of the season, several of the fall sports have entered the postseason, so let's take a look. Cross country ran at regionals in Moffat County on Friday, and Grady Hellman qualified for state next week. Football has their eyes on the postseason, but in order to do that, they first have to take care of their business. They were at Moffat County on Friday, and this is what head coach Jesse Kendig had to say before the game.
Jesse, I thought Aspen was a solid bounce-back game for us.
Yeah, I thought the guys did a nice job. We as a coaching staff decided to, really be a conscious effort of having at least a balanced attack. It wasn't 50-50, it was more 70-30, but we wanted to make sure we got both the run and the pass going, and then defensively just playing sound football. Shino gives up the deep ball at the end or midway through, but that was just a great catch on top of it. So just lessons learned there about staying engaged for 60 minutes and, don't fall asleep. Anything can happen. But I thought overall it was a great bounce back game. Yeah.
So Moffat County's next, and let's be honest, they're not a good ball team.
Yeah.
That being said, how do you keep the boys from getting too confident and maybe looking past them?
Sure. The biggest thing for us is you lose, you go home, so that we are in playoff mode. So our practices have been actually going a little bit longer and, focusing on some detailed things, cleaning up some special teams. So we're very much aware, like any given Sunday, any given Friday night. But that's our mentality is we're in playoff mode. So this is kind of, win and stay and lose and go home. So that really helps keep kids dialed in.
And as the season is winding down, scenarios are starting to play themselves out, and we're creeping into that seeding index. When I looked last, we were inside that top 16. Yep. So what do you feel needs to happen other than this taking care of our own business, obviously, to help us get into the playoffs and stay in that top 16?
Yeah, the only thing, out of our control, like you said, obviously some Palisade wins would help us. They're going to play Steamboat this week and then Eagle Valley next week. So those are two pretty good teams. Hopefully they can get wins there. We also be really great if I think Gunnison is playing Bayfield this week, and then they go to Salida. So if they could get at least one win or two wins there. So this, just our opponents getting some wins would be huge for us. If any of those teams don't get wins, it just makes things a lot more difficult.
And we have to keep in mind Basalt is still ranked behind us, and they're going to get in because they're going to be the league league champions. So we're going to need to get that 15th seed or better. Mm-hmm. Obviously, if we take care of our business, you think our chances are decent that we stay above that 16 there?
I do. I do believe this week will hurt us. So I could see us falling out. We're prepared for that as a staff. We don't necessarily share that information with everybody, but I think we're prepared to see that. Hopefully we get some points again with some wins from our opponents, but then if we can win, we get after Coleridge, that should boost us right back in. We're really hoping to be 15. I think that's a very likely scenario for us. And then again, they're going to beat us in that head-to-head. They're going to move us to 16, and then imagine that we're traveling to TCA for the 8th time, So we just want to get in. We'll play whoever we got to play, but we need to take care of our business. But ultimately, that TCA we have familiarity with, and they do with us. So we feel as this, if we can get in, we're a bad first round draw. We're a dangerous team, and we're getting better day by day. And if we can take care of business, we like our chances. So
how crazy is it to say the Basalt's the league champs and we still have 2 games left in the season?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a new scenario. It's been a while. It's just kind of one of those things where we know we had our chances, man. It's one of those things I got to move on from. I could stew on it for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. We got to move on. We didn't show up very well. We didn't do a very good job offensively. Defensively, we did. But I think that we talked last week about the RPI, and that needs to change. I think I looked at Max Preps. We're 7th. If you look at that Max Preps ranking, if you were to ask my honest opinion, that is a much clearer indication of where we are in a 2A situation. They even give more respect to Basalt. They give more respect to us. They give more respect to these teams. And so hopefully hopefully the kids don't miss out. They've worked really hard this year. And I know Basalt earned that role and they need to get in. But it's crazy to think even a Western Slope team like Basalt isn't even in the top 16. They're a good football team, man. I truly believe they beat those teams 10 through 16 right now. So they beat us. And so it's not a great indication of what 2A is. So we'll just let the cards fall where they lie.
Just keep moving forward.
Yes, sir.
That's Moffat County. Good luck.
Yep, appreciate it. Thank you.
Delta's game plan was clear, and it led to a dominating 42-8 victory that saw the team reach a running clock with around 7.5 minutes left in the first half. The Panthers' senior night is on Friday when they host Coleridge in a definite win-or-stay-home game when it comes to a spot in the playoffs. Pre-game coverage will start at 6:40 p.m. on the Delta Panthers broadcast network. Boys soccer finished up their regular season with a 4-1 victory at Gunnison Thursday. Jadam Garcia, Caden Corral, and Araya Hottinger all scored in the contest, with Hottinger finding the back of the net twice. The Panthers finished the season 6-7-2, and from the looks of the seeding index, won't make the playoffs. Congrats to the boys on a great season, and good luck to seniors Caleb Crawford, Luis Ortiz, Asaya Mendoza, Marceau, Brody Morfitt, Kyler Locks, and Juan Lamas. Softball faced Brush in the first round of the state tournament Friday, and I spoke with head coach Jenna Sutliff before the game.
Jenna, here we are. We're headed to state. This was the goal at the start of the season. Tell me where the girls are at mentally with accomplishing this goal, but still with some work to do to bring home that state championship.
I think they're at a really good spot. Giving Forge Christian a run for their money gave us a lot more confidence going into state, and then seeing the bracket, and we got a really good draw. And we kind of talk about a lot of things have to be in your favor, and so far it seems like quite a few things are. So, I mean, they're prepared, and they have a lot of confidence right now, which is awesome.
Go back to that game against Peak to Peak. Lily gives up the 2 runs in the first inning, but there's no panic. You get one back in the bottom of the first and basically blow it open in the fourth. And you got girls don't look back from there. Talk about your confidence in Lily in the circle first off, then these girls to put runs on the board.
I mean, Lily pitched a whole game for us at regionals last year when we got upset. And so she kind of had this mindset that she wasn't going to lose this first game. And she's kind of been working towards this game since the summer. We talk about it. All the girls, they just needed a little bit of a few innings to get the nerves out, I guess you could say. But now that we've done that, we've talked about that can't happen at state, and you have to jump on them early. So I think they've learned from it, even from that game. But in the end, I asked them to step up and string hits together, and they did that. So it was great. Great win.
Obviously, a win over Forge would have gotten us a better seed in state. Obviously, that didn't happen, unfortunately. Talk about what you saw in that game and if there may have been a little bit of a hangover after the win over Peak to Peak.
I think we came out firing, which we often do, and then once the pressure starts to build, we kind of get a little stagnant. So we talked about meeting pressure with confidence, not pressure with pressure. And then also execution. Our QABs were down significantly from the first game. We weren't executing bunts as well as we should have been, base running errors here and there. So we've tweaked all those things, hopefully. I mean, the Forge game would have given us a better seed, but you have to beat everyone anyways. So we're not worried about it.
So ultimately, we got the 11 seed playing the 6 seed Brush in the first round. What do you know about them? What do you know about Brush?
We know they match up very similarly to us, which is great because I'll bet on us every day. However, once they are on, they run. So we can't give them those free bags, and we can't give them the extra 60s. We have to hit our cuts, and we have to be smooth, and we have to make the routine plays, which I thought our defense was great last weekend, so I'm not worried about it. Hopefully everything strings together.
So our game is in that second set of first round games that start afternoon. And then if we win that, the quarterfinal game will be directly after that, kind of like it being a double header. Is there any benefit to that, or would you have rather had that regular draw?
No, I think it's great. Get the girls out of the hotel room, see some softball before we play softball, get them up and at them. And then I think it's great to roll into that next game. We had a game in between this last weekend. And I don't know if it was good or bad for us. And so I think rolling into it and just keeping the momentum and keeping them worried about softball, and nothing else will be good for us.
Good luck. It's going to be fun. Enjoy it.
Thank you.
And hopefully you can bring home a state championship.
Absolutely. That's the goal. Thank you.
The girls jumped out to an early 2-0 lead, but the wheels fell off shortly after that, and the Panthers lost 14-2 in 4 innings. It was an outstanding season, and I wish the seniors Olivia Hines, Maddie Zemeski, Briley Bush, and Perla Valdez luck in the future. Volleyball had their senior night on Tuesday when they hosted Rifle. Here's head coach Teresa Bear.
Teresa, big win at Summit on Saturday. What did that mean for the confidence of this team, beating a team that beat them earlier this season?
It meant a lot. And not only did they win in 3, but we were down by 8 points in that third set, and they found a way to come back and finish it. So that was a huge improvement, a lot of growth, mental growth for our team.
Good tenacity for sure. Tonight we play a team we hold a victory over. What have you told the girls about getting complacent and not overlooking Rifle?
I don't think that they will, because it's senior night and it means a lot to them. So we're going to come out with some energy and high intensity and just play together as a team and take it. Try and win it in 3 and not make it go extended. Leave it up to them. We're going to take control of the match.
I know the philosophy is one match at a time, one set at a time, but have you talked to the girls at all about regionals and what they have to do in order to make it?
Yes, absolutely. I remind them all the time that we're still in the running. We're still in the running. Don't give up. Until the last ball goes down at the Coleridge tournament, we can still be in the running. Just because our strength of schedule is so tough.
So it's senior night, as you mentioned. Talk about your 6 seniors: Michaela Ware, Ainhoa Ochoa, Emma Capel, Jaden Angelo, Chloe Sharp, and Ava Martinez, what they've meant to this team and the example they've set.
I think that they meant a lot. I've had a fun year with them. I've seen a lot of growth in every single one of them. I think they set the culture of competing and just take it one point at a time and growing, not giving up.
Well, good. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
The girls picked up their 4th win of the season, 3-0. Jordan Reed had 10 kills, Ainhoa Ochoa 7 aces, Michaela Ware 23 digs, and Chloe Sharp 27 assists. The Panthers did drop their match to Steamboat Springs on Friday 3-0 and will get ready for the Coleridge tournament this weekend. I had the opportunity to chat with seniors Michaela Ware and Chloe Sharp this week about their season and high school career.
Michaela, we'll start with you, and just kind of tell me about your journey from freshman to senior in the volleyball program.
I started off on JV and I swung varsity. And then my coach, Beth, she really helped me out and made me improve, like, as a person as well as a player. And she really believed in me, and that really helped me to be a better player. And then I just have taken that with me.
How about you, Chloe?
I've kind of had a little bit of a different experience. I started off on C-team and I swung JV, and I just worked my way up and just always kept my head up, and everybody always supported me, and now I'm here now.
And you guys kind of, you made it to the same spot. You're both on varsity this year. Talk a little bit about how this has been your senior year. Maybe not necessarily the success wins-wise that you guys have had in the past, but talk about some of the successes this team has had this year.
I would say this team started off a little rough because the 6 seniors have played together like our whole lives, but then they added a bunch of underclassmen that we didn't really know. We didn't know their like their playing style, and so we really had to like work together and figure out how we were going to make this work. And towards the end of the season, we figured out like kind of how to get it together.
Chloe, talk about that chemistry a little bit and what made it so difficult.
I think it was just hard because the seniors we've always just been together, so just adding new people was so different for us. But as we went on, we just discovered that just like giving each other chances and just believing in each other and just connecting as a whole has really just helped the team grow, and we've just now been the best that we have this whole time.
Michaela, you mentioned Beth Nelson a little bit ago, and talk about the transition from going from Beth to Teresa and just how you dealt with that, having to change coaches halfway through your high school career.
It was a little rough because they have very different coaching styles, and so we all had to learn to adapt to Teresa's coaching style, which was very difficult at the beginning. And our seniors in our junior year, they were very not lenient to listening to Teresa and what she wanted to do, and so we kind of had to get out of that and start respecting and really listening to what Teresa had to say.
Chloe, what are some of your favorite memories from your years in the volleyball program?
Probably just getting to know everybody and just you get to know so many girls when you're on the team, and everyone just gets to hang out all the time. My favorite memories are just definitely all the team dinners and all the times that we get to just hang out with each other and just grow a bunch of friendships that'll last forever.
Kind of form that sisterhood, if you will. Michaela, what are some of your favorites?
I would definitely say all the laughs we have in practice, because it's not all always super serious and we have to do this, we're allowed to laugh and have fun, and that just really brings the sport and everybody together.
Chloe, what are your plans for the future?
I planned to attend Colorado Mesa University, and I want to get my bachelor's degree in nursing and then maybe go on to get a doctorate degree.
Very good. How about you, Michaela?
I'm in beauty school right now, and I'm going to graduate in May and then be a full-time cosmetologist.
Very cool. So if I need hair tips, you'll give them to me? Okay, great. Well, thank you for talking to me, both of you.
Yes,
I appreciate it. It's been a pleasure covering you this season, and good luck to you in the future.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This week's Student Spotlight is on foreign exchange student Eliška Kubova, who is visiting us from Czech Republic.
Okay, let's just kind of get into this
Yes.
here. You are a foreign exchange student from Czech Republic, came to the United States. Now, talk a little bit about the process in being selected to be a foreign exchange student. How does that work in the Czech Republic? Because I kind of have a feel for how it works here in the States. I'm just curious if the process is different at all.
Yeah, so a lot of people don't realize that it's really hard to get into the United States because it's really popular. A lot of students want to experience American high school, so it's a really big thing in Czech Republic, and I would say it was a long process, definitely for me. I had to do a lot of English tests. They want to know if you have good English. Even though I am here to learn English, you need to know the English before, which is not really common for American students coming to our countries in Europe, because our languages are so hard, it's impossible to learn it. So we have to have a good English, we have to have good scores in our Czech schools, usually. And you have to show up something interesting in you, that you do some sport at least, or something that is just interesting so you can get selected in the process. It's usually, I don't know, it depends on the year. Sometimes it's 1,000 students and only 50 can go to America. Sometimes it's 300 students, 50 can go. It depends how big the year is.
And what organization are you going through as far
Yes.
as the exchange program?
So I'm here with Rotary Youth Exchange, and that is I think, really good organization. I really like about it that I can meet with other exchange students because we have exchange student meetings. So I get to meet other exchange students from different countries, and that is really interesting because you get to know the whole world.
So talk about your experience here in the U.S. Is Delta your first stop? Was this, or have you spent time with other families prior to this?
Yes, so I arrived in Delta first, but I arrived a day later than I was supposed to. So I didn't have any free day, and the next morning I arrived. We went to Utah for family vacation. So I didn't spend my first week in Delta, so I spent it in Utah on a lake. But then I went to school here.
Sounds like you had a little bit of an experience. You have a story to tell with that trip. What happened? Was it travel issues, or what exactly happened? Okay.
Yes, they didn't let me on the first plane because there was some weather issues, and I'm under 18, so it would be some problem.
I understand. Well, you made it.
Yes.
So we're
after
definitely
24 hours of traveling.
Definitely happy about that. So, what is different about the U.S., like the schools, compared to Czech Republic?
Yeah, so it's like totally different. Everything is so different. I knew it before. I knew a little about American school system, but it definitely shocked me even more when I came here. The schools are much more bigger. There is much bigger school spirit, which I really like because kids can be proud about their school. That's not really a thing in my country. You have a lot of sports here kids can do, and I really like how people are going to cheer for their students, which is also not happening in my country. We don't have school sports at all, so we don't have this like school spirit. So that's all. I really like that, and also I really like how teachers are more open here to the kids, to the students, and I feel much more comfortable being in school here because I just feel that the teachers actually care about the students. And in Czech, it's more stressful for me to be in school. I would say the system is a little harder than here, and I also really like how the classes are changing every time. I have like different classes each hour, which is also different from my country. I'm in one class the whole day with the same 30 students the whole day. Usually with the teachers are changing.
So the teachers will change classes, but the students stay the same?
Yes.
Okay. So are you involved in any extracurricular activities, any sports, any clubs, anything like that?
Here. Yeah, so I did cheer.
Oh, okay.
Yes, but I quit recently because they started doing competitions and I have a lot of exchange student stuff I need to attempt. So it was just covering too much and I don't want to like make it not fair to the team and to the coach, just me missing out a lot.
So how was that experience? Did you enjoy being a cheerleader?
Yes, that was really fun. That was always something I wanted to try because it always seemed so cool. And it was really fun to cheer at the football games because I'm a dancer in my country. So I had some background with it, I would say. But it's like totally different. It's something I would never get to try in Czech Republic.
Talk a little bit about your host family and your relationship with them.
Yes, so me and my host family, we clicked since the first moment, which I'm really glad about. I have a younger sister, she's 14, she goes to the school, which is also amazing because we get to share some similar friends or teachers or something. So that's also really fun and we get to go to school together in the morning. And since I had the family trip, my first week here in America, we really get to know each other more because we didn't have any other option. You know, we had to like be together the whole time on a boat actually. So that was really fun and they're really funny and I am really grateful for them to hosting me.
Good. I'm glad that's a great experience. Sometimes I know it takes a little bit to kind of find that chemistry. And I'm glad you guys clicked right away. So
we were also, they got my number before I came here. So we were also talking on the phone since March or something before I arrived. So they get to know me sooner and I get to know them sooner too.
Good.
Yes.
Good. I'm happy to hear that. So you've already tried cheerleading, which you said is something you've always wanted to try. What are some other things that you're looking forward to trying or have already tried here in the U.S. that you may not have had or get the opportunity to in Czech Republic?
That's true. I think I really want to go in winter to try some slopes here to go skiing or snowboarding, which is something I also do in Czech, but I know you have much more slopes here to try it on, so I'm really excited for that. And I also want to see some national parks here in America. I already saw some, so that was really beautiful. And I'm also thinking trying maybe, I don't know, basketball here or soccer to do something for school.
That'd be cool. Very cool. So yeah, our girls basketball team is highly successful. Girls soccer team as well. So I think you wouldn't go wrong with either of those. And you know, I find that the Colorado mountains for skiing, very few other resorts compare. So I think those are some great goals to have. So outside of school, there's a social aspect to being a high school aged person. Talk about that. Talk about some of the friends you've made. Talk about how you've been accepted here, and just the social aspect of everything, as well as how it compares to that in Czech Republic.
Yes. I don't think a lot of people are scared of that, like make friends and stuff, because it's scary. In Europe, we know that Americans are just really friendly people and open, so I wasn't scared about that at all. I just know people are gonna talk to me. I wanted to get to know them too. So since the first day, I made a lot of friends. I would say a lot of people were just asking me questions, just curious about my background, which really just helped me. So I want to thank for that to everyone, that being just so open to me and so nice. And I would say cheer really helped me to make friends, so I made some friends there. And also I have really two good friends, which I'm hanging out with the most. We go to the gym together, or they're showing me just the beauty of Colorado, and they're just really nice. We just went to the movies recently, so that's also really amazing, yes.
What movie did you go see?
Black Phone too.
Oh, very good.
I think that's called Black Phone.
Yeah, I think you're right.
The new one. It was really scary.
Yeah, it's a horror film. So, touch a little bit about, you talk about movies and stuff, and I'm curious, is the way the movies are shown, or the movies that come out, is it different in Czech Republic, or do you get mostly the same movies? Yeah,
we get mostly the same movies. A lot of movies go to our country too, the same one you have here. Mm-hmm. Maybe they're just sometimes in Czech dubbing, but that's not really good. You want to hear it in the original, so the sound fits with the mouth. But also we have our own Czech movies. Mm-hmm. So my dad is actually an actor, and he's doing movies in Czech Republic. So.
Oh, very good. That's very cool. Very cool. So, what's been your favorite thing that about the U.S. so far?
Oh, okay. Wait, I need a minute to think about it. There's a lot of things.
Let's broaden it a little bit. What are your favorite things?
Yeah, my favorite things are definitely the people here. I just really like how everyone is so positive, open, just nice overall. It's I think it's a culture thing, because in Czech people are not really nice. They're just more for themselves, not really interested about others. And I just like that here people are just randomly talking to me, and so it's really much easier to make friends. And I also really like the school spirit. That is really fun. And overall, I just like going to school here, because it's much more fun than in my country. I also like that we have lunch breaks, and that we get to go somewhere else to get some food. So that's also really fun. I like the food here in America too. That's a really bad thing to say, because I know it's not healthy at all, but I really like it. It tastes good. Yes.
Well, and I think that's the complaint about the food here in the U.S. by a lot of people is it's not healthy, but it sure tastes good.
It tastes good, yes. No, but my favorite thing about being an exchange student is definitely that I get to travel here and meet a lot of new friends from the whole world, not just from America, but also through the exchange student meetings I get to meet other people. So that's also my favorite thing. I love to travel. So I was in LA last week, actually.
Oh, very cool.
Yes.
Well, it's been awesome talking to you. You're bubbly and outgoing, and I love that. And I think that probably helps being from another country and making friends. And I'm glad this has been such a positive experience for you. Thank you for talking to me.
Yes, thank you.
A look at the announcements now. The Panther Pride Marching Band competes at State tomorrow, line Main Street, as they receive a law enforcement escort to send them off in style. Anyone curious about a career in healthcare can check out the Scrub Club interest meeting tomorrow during lunch. Also, any student needing math tutoring can visit the counseling office during lunch Tuesdays and Thursdays and meet with retired DHS math and science teacher Richard Hypio. That about covers it for this week. The Delta Panthers Pod is a presentation of Mad Canner Productions and sponsored by Elevate, A&M Creations, Americar Auto Parts, Delta Ace Hardware, Delta Cabinet Company, Delta County School District, Hellman Motor Company, Jerry Ryer State Farm Insurance, Quickie Tire Service, Taco Time, The Sunflower Room, and Yost Family Dentistry. Thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you all next week.